Let's start seated today. So head on over to your yoga mat. I have a bolster and a blanket here I'm going to use just for extra. Um, I don't know. It's for me, it's not very fun to sit cross-legged for very long unless I have something where my hips are a little higher and my ankles are on something squishy. So feel free to grab some extra props. And sitting up nice and tall here. Let's close our eyes if that feels right to you. And just let your hands rest on your lap, on your knees, or if there's another position, just let your arms and hands rest. Noticing anything that arises here. Let's just take like 10 or so breaths, seeing how things are. Just taking a moment for you. How's your energy? If you can name or identify any emotions that are present. Are there any physical sensations drawing your attention? Just taking a full inventory of how things are in your experience right now. And let's not try to edit out the good or the bad things. Let's just see if we can welcome in the fullness, maybe the complexities that are you. We can definitely hold multiple emotions, like sad and happy at the same time. So don't limit yourself. Feel free to be as complex as you are. Let's deepen the breath. Try to find a rhythm and pace of breath that feels as easy as possible. If it helps you to stay present with your breath, maybe creating a little bit of maybe friction or sound with your breath. If you would like to set a dedication or intention for your practice, feel free to bring something to mind now. Just a few more breaths, as easy as you can. Let's take 3 rounds of our bumblebee breath, uh, which we'll do the simplified variation. We'll simply inhale through the nose and then exhale with a hum. So you'll hum any old note or variety of notes for the entire exhale. And you could hold your teeth, the biting surfaces of your teeth, just a little bit parted. But as you hum, you might notice or tune into kind of a vibrating or buzzing sound between your teeth if you want. So let's give it a try. We'll do 3 rounds. Go at your own pace, inhaling through your nose, filling up. Hum for the entire exhale. 3 rounds. Keep going. Mm. Try to intensify your humming for the last couple seconds. Whenever you naturally come to a finish, start to tuck your chin down toward the center of your chest and just feel the reverberations of that breathing pattern, that breathing style. As your chin relaxes down toward the center of your chest, notice the back of your neck and shoulders. And then start to let your right ear rock toward your right shoulder. Spending a moment or two on this side. Maybe you circle that left shoulder a little bit, or swing it side to side, or just swirl that left arm around a little bit. We're getting some movement and some stretch happening through that left side of your neck. Eventually dipping your chin back down toward the center of your chest, and then the left ear toward the left shoulder. Pausing there, maybe circling that right shoulder now, or swirling that right arm around, feeling into the right side of your neck. The scalenes there, the muscles on the side of the neck. All right, and go ahead and let your chin come back down toward the center of the chest, and go ahead and rock back and forth a couple more times. If there's more of your body that kind of wants to like get into it, maybe it could be kind of a dramatic movement. I'm just feeling like swaying a little bit more with it, or adding in like a little bit of a twist. So feel free to be creative. And then we'll take, I want to call them face circles. We're not doing neck circles because it's not so good to let your neck go back and all the way around. So we're doing face circles, as if you're going to draw a big circle with your nose. So just circling up and around, working with your range of motion here. So just kind of noticing how far it feels good to turn in each direction. Switching directions at some point. Circles in the other direction. Good. All right, now we're coming back to neutral here. Switch the cross of your legs if your legs are crossed, and we'll start some chest circles. So we're gonna lean forward and then back. So you can kind of hold onto your knees or shins for support if you want. If you're up on some props, it can get a little tipsy-turvy, so just be aware. You might experiment with some small little circles. Maybe they're almost imperceptible at some point, and then maybe you get your circles going a little bit bigger. Switch directions anytime. Circling. And if you want, experimenting with the size of those circles, it can be a really small movement, almost like you're hula hooping with your upper chest. And maybe getting a little bit bigger here too. Whenever you feel that you've had enough, go ahead and hold onto your knees and reach through your upper back, just backwards. We're kind of stretching the upper back. Maybe you can feel some stretch happening through your shoulders and arms. So just kind of leveraging with the knees. And then we'll take the opposite movement, kind of like a cow pose. We'll pull the chest through, puff the chest up. Nice. Let's do that a couple more times. Back to a little upper shoulder stretch, and then forward. Go ahead and do that a couple times. All right. Let's go ahead and straighten the legs. If you're sitting up on something, you can come down off of that anytime you want to. We're gonna take a side bend. So bringing your right hand or your right forearm down to the floor at some point. Let's reach the left arm high. With your exhale, find that side bend to the right. I find that it's nice to just kind of lower to the forearm. We're gonna stay on the right side here. With your inhale, rise up just enough to take a full breath in. And then exhale, bending back over to the right. A couple more times, inhaling and rising, exhaling, Bending back to the right. One more time. Then we'll switch sides. That left hand plants, right hand reaching high, breath in. And exhale, side bend left. Inhale, rise up a little bit. Exhale, side bend. One more time. Inhale to rise. And exhale to bend. Come on up to center. Shake out the shoulders a little bit if you'd like. We're going to go ahead and bend the right knee. Pull your right shin, your right knee in toward your chest. And just see if we can sit up nice and tall here and just hold that leg. Flex your left foot and just hold for a second. Your choice now if you keep your right foot where it's at, or you can step your right foot over your left knee and then twist. So we'll wrap the left arm around that bent knee, the right hand coming behind you. Sit up nice and tall here, and then exhale, twist toward the right. With your inhale, we're unwinding a little bit. We'll stay on the right side, and exhale, twist. Keep going a couple more times, maybe just holding onto the knee. And then next time you're in your twisted position, let's stay in the twist and just rotate the neck. So with your inhale, just the neck, just the head moves and looks to the left. Exhale back over to the right. Inhale, looking left. Exhale, right. All right, let's unwind and come to the other side. So straightening both legs here, maybe shaking them out a little bit. Then we'll bend the left knee and pull your knee, your shin in towards your body, sitting up nice and tall. Flex the right foot, the right toes here, or pull your toes back towards you. I always forget flex and extend through which one's which with the ankles, because I think it's actually opposite of what we normally think. So this might not be flexing. We'll see. I always get confused with that one. Okay, we're sitting up nice and tall. You can keep your foot as is or step it on over the right foot, twisting a little bit more. We'll do our best to grab hold of that left knee with the right hand or arm. Left hand helping you sit up nice and tall. We're inhaling here. Exhale, twist toward the left. Inhale, unwind, nice breath in. Exhale, twisting to the left. Let's do that again. Inhale. Exhale, twist and stay twisted. We'll just do the head movement again here. This time let's inhale as is. And exhale, or sorry, we're doing it the opposite here. So we'll eventually inhale and look to the right. And exhale, twist to the left, or look to the left. Inhale right. And exhale left. One more if you'd like. And then back to center. Give it a little shake if you want. And then we'll come to hands and knees next. Moving our props to the side for now if we want to. Let's do cat and cow from our tabletop position. So hands more or less beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips. Inhale, cow pose, belly lowers, gaze and tailbone lift. Exhale, cat, rounding up through the spine, tucking your chin, tucking your tailbone. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. If you want to add a little variation here, we'll have the palms flat to the floor during cow. And then we'll tent the fingertips up, coming to the tippy, not tippy toes, tippy fingers for cat pose. So inhale, cow pose, flattening your palms to the floor. Exhale, cat pose, rounding up to the fingertips. There we go, fingertips. Couple more times, getting a little bit more of your body working together here. All right. Let's meet up in extended child's pose when you're ready. So knees are coming out wide toward the edges of the mat, big toes touching behind you. Take a moment or two sinking into your child's pose position. If it's a little too much on the knees or for any reason, you can stay more upright here. Maybe come down to the forearms or sink your seat toward your heels and then allow your head and heart to slowly lower towards the floor. Take some nice big breaths here. We're breathing down into the belly. Belly expands, but the rib cage is also expanding out to the sides. Like you're giving your body and your back a nice little stretch with the help of your breath. And again, if you're wanting that extra anchor that extra anchor to the moment or your breath, feel free to add some sound with your inhales and exhales, kind of like an oceanic sound. And then come on up to tabletop. Let's grab our blocks if we like to use those and find our first downward facing dog. Go ahead and straighten out your legs here, curling your toes under. And then rising up, reaching the tailbone high. Maybe you start to pedal your legs out, bending and straightening opposite knees. Or maybe just hang out. Be here for a few breaths. You can explore as we warm up. All right, we're gonna end up at the back side of our mat. So bring your blocks with you if you have them. So we'll walk the hands back for the feet. Before our normal ragdoll pose, bring your left foot to the center of your mat and then tuck your right foot behind your left foot. So you end up with your pinky toes more or less touching. So one foot behind the other, or one leg twisted around the other. If you have your blocks, bring them up to the highest setting here. Let's inhale and find a halfway lift position. So a nice, tall, straight spine. And then exhale, folding slowly and with care. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Keep moving like that for a few more rounds. At the bottom of your exhale, let's just hold. Let your head be loose. Maybe nod your head yes or shake your head no. And come on back up enough to switch. The right foot comes to the center of the mat and the left foot goes around and back again. So the pinky toes end up more or less touching. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Continuing like that for a few more rounds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Eventually holding the fold here and letting your neck be loose. Come on back up to halfway lift. Uncross the legs. Let's bend the knees a lot. So we'll come down to like a squat here. Your heels can lift up. We're just bending the knees. And then straightening. Let's do it a couple times. Feel free to, work within your range of motion. So maybe your knees are just bending a little bit. And then straighten, or maybe you come all the way down. Maybe 1 or 2 more times. And then ragdoll is next. Let's bring the feet out a little wider. Little bend of your knees, and then let your upper body hang kind of loose. You could sway here or hold opposite elbows and just hang out. Whatever you do, make sure that you're breathing. It's very easy to hold our breath when we're upside down, so just checking in there. Bend your knees extra deep, tuck your chin toward your chest, and then start to rise up. You might walk your hands up your legs for some extra support. When you get to the top, let's just start a shakeout. So just shaking whatever feels like coming to you here. So maybe the shoulders. It's kind of nice to lift and lower the heels a couple of times. Maybe let your arms start kind of rocking, swaying. You can jump a couple of times here. Just getting the circulation going. No more stagnant energy here. We're getting it out. You can even kind of get things off your hands, like you're getting rid of some energetic stuff there. You rub your palms together a little bit. Getting rid of anything. All right. Once you're feeling alive, come to the back of your mat. Take a look at your feet. Find a stance that feels as supportive as possible. Mountain pose. We'll flip the palms to face the front of the space. Hug your shoulder blades together gently. And then engage the abdominals so we don't end up in a back bend on accident. Closing your eyes here if you'd like. Feel the connection between the mat and your feet. Try to grip with all the edges of your feet so you're making this very solid, intentional contact with the floor. Feel this intentional sturdiness all up through your legs. We're sturdy and strong like a mountain here, all the way up the spine. Breathing clear and full. Feel your personal power here. Remember your intention if you set one. Inhale, reaching your arms high. Join your palms overhead. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, sweeping the arms around and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. 1 more time. Keeping your hands at heart center here. Let's come up to the tippy toes. So shifting forward, lifting the heels. Really feel your feet and your ankles, your calves, your shins, everything just tight, working together here. 1 more breath in. Exhale, lower the heels. If you want, we can add on the arms this time. Inhaling up to the tippy toes, lifting and joining the palms overhead. Exhale, lowering your hands to heart center as your heels find the floor. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, lower down. Last time, inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, sliding your hands up to the thighs. Exhale, walk your way out to a high plank. If you have your blocks back there, maybe you walk your blocks out to the high plank. Big breath in here. And exhale, lower your knees and then lower your chest. Breathe like normal as we set up a couple of rounds of locust pose today. So if you remember locust pose, our arms can come down by our sides. With an inhale, we'll rise up. So we're lifting the legs. We're keeping the legs straight. You can really feel the glutes start to work here. And we're lifting the arms like you're holding a giant beach ball behind your back, palms facing together. Big breath in, locust pose. And exhale, lower down, lowering one of your ears to the floor. Either the right or the left ear, just resting there on the floor. Take a couple of breaths. Let's cue up for another round here of locust pose. So turning your head back to the center. Inhale, rising up, locust pose. Breathe here for a couple rounds. You can choose when you lower down and just check in. Are you trying too hard? You have full permission to not try so hard. Find something that feels kind of enjoyable. Maybe intensity is enjoyable today and you do want to try hard. Maybe just going about halfway is sufficient. You be the judge. When you're ready, lower down and lower your other ear to the floor, resting for a couple of breaths. Coming back to center, plant your hands next to your chest on either side of your chest here. Press on up, or come on up to baby cobra. So just the head now and chest are lifting. We'll end up in downward dog, but if you'd like, we can press up through upward facing dog. So pressing your hands into the floor so much that you lift yourself up. Your knees are up off of the floor as well. With an exhale, downward dog. Grabbing your blocks if you want. Big breath in and out. Big breath in and out. Inhale, bend both knees, look up toward your hands. Exhale, step just the right foot forward. Give it a little help if you need to, and then lower your left knee down to the floor. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Exhale, little back bend here. Cactus or goalpost the arms, bending your elbows, spreading out through the collarbones, puffing the chest up. Inhale, reach both arms high. Exhale, baby back bend just a little bit. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, hands come down to the floor or blocks. I'm going to come up to the highest setting on my blocks. Curl your left toes under, pick up your left knee, and then walk your blocks all the way around the left side until you end up at the back of your mat. So you're pivoting on your toes. Then lower your right knee down. Inhale, arms sweep high. And exhale, open arm twist toward the left. So we're twisting toward the knee that's bent. Feel free to stay right here or join me in a little prayer twist, bringing the outside of the right, or the right elbow to the outside of the left knee and pressing hands together. Lengthening up through the crown of your head here as well. Breathing, feeling our twist. One more breath in and out, bringing your hands back down to your blocks. Curl your right toes under, pick up your right knee, and then walk your blocks to the right side all the way around to the top of your mat. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand or block. And then step your foot back to downward dog. One big breath in here and breath out. Inhale, bend both knees, look up toward your hands. Exhale, walk your hands to the back of your mat so you end up in a forward fold at the back. Inhale, halfway lift. Nice long spine. And exhale, fold, bending your knees just a little bit more. Press on up, rising all the way up here. Upward salute with an inhale. Joining palms overhead. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. Take a few moments pressing your thumbs into the center of your chest, the sternum. See if you can feel your heartbeat. Sometimes closing your eyes helps. Cultivating the inner peace, that place beneath all the emotions, beneath all the changing outside elements, that place of peace that's just sometimes hard to find, but it's there. Let's take a round of bumblebee breath here, inhaling through the nose and humming it out. Coming back to a steady pace of breath whenever you get there. Inhale, sweeping the arms around and up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hands out to your high plank. Let's see if we can be here for 3 breaths this time. Inhale, press into your blocks so that your shoulder blades are spreading apart behind you. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, we got this. One more breath in and breath out. Lower your knees and then lower your chest. Getting in position for our locust pose again. So hands and arms down by our sides. Inhale, locust pose, the legs lift, the arms lift. We're holding that imaginary beach ball behind our low back. Let's be here for 3 breaths if we can. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last breath in, feel your power, you got this. And exhale, lower down, crocodile pose, hands stack beneath the forehead, rest your forehead on top. Let your heels splay out to the sides. Steadying your breath, try to relax as quickly as possible. When you're ready, planting your hands next to your chest, press up through upward dog if you want. So we're coming to the tops of our feet, pressing up, and then exhale, downward dog. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Last breath in, and out. Inhale, bend both knees, look up toward the top of your mat. Exhale, step just the left foot forward, lower your right knee down to the mat. Inhale, rise up. If it feels wobbly, toe heel your left foot out a little wider. With your next exhale, find a little back bend, puffing the chest up. Inhale, rising back up, neutral. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, reaching high. And exhale, bring your hands down to your blocks. We're curling the right toes under. Pick up that right knee. Walk your blocks, walk your hands all the way around to the right until you end up facing the back of your mat. Lower the left knee down to the mat this time. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, open arm twist toward the right. Breathe like normal, either staying here in our open arm twist or hook your left elbow on the outside of your right knee and then press your hands together, finding your prayer twist. Unwind from your twist. Bring your hands to blocks or the floor. Curl your left toes under, pick up that left knee, and then walk your hands around to the top of your mat. Bring your left foot to the outside of your left hand or block, and then step your left foot back to your downward dog. Big breath in and out. Inhale, come forward to your high plank, but then exhale, lower your knees and lower back to your child's pose. One more breath here. You're always welcome to stay longer. With an inhale, let's rise back up. Exhale, downward dog. But right away, bending the knees and then walking your hands to the back of your mat so you end up in a forward fold at the back. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. We're going to come down to our squat here. We'll do that frog squat again. So if you have your blocks, grabbing those. So the frog squat is where our heels can come up off of the floor. We're just kind of balancing up, puffing up the chest here. And then exhale, forward fold. Let's do that a couple times. Inhale, squat. You can, go a little ways or go all the way down if your body likes that idea. Exhaling to fold. And then this time we'll stay in our frog squat. We're going to come to toe stand, it's called. If you'd like, you can keep your hands on the blocks or maybe on a wall. If you want to try the balancing, we'll come all the way up here. Maybe bringing one hand to heart center, then the other. Finding a focal point, something unmoving in front of you. Take a couple breaths. Another option, if that deep knee bend isn't accessible, you could try kind of squishing something between your knees and your calves. Whenever you've had enough, come on down to a seat. Straighten your legs out in front of you. Give them a shake or a good little tap. And then let's come on down all the way to your back. Pull your knees in toward your chest when you arrive and find a little bit of free movement here, circling your knees, massaging, getting some massaging pressure there around the low back and the sacrum. Circling the knees or just rocking side to side a bit. And let's hug the forehead in toward the knees and the knees in toward the forehead. So you're just kind of squeezing everything out here. Breath in. Exhale. One more breath in. And exhale, long body stretch. Arms and legs reach long in opposite directions. Even stretching between the fingers, between the toes. Banana pose, side bend to the right first. So we'll walk the heels over toward the right edge of the mat. Grab hold of your left arm and gently direct your upper body toward the right. So we're stretching, doing a side bend through the left side here. And instead of thinking of bending, side bending as far as possible to the side, let's think about lengthening the left side as well. Breathing in to the left lung, to the left side of your body. And then switching sides, walking your heels over toward the left edge of your mat, grabbing hold of your right wrist or arm and gently bending toward the left. Trying to keep both shoulders on the ground here. Breathe into that right side, into that right lung. Thinking again more about creating length through the right side, then getting bent over to the side as much as possible. Does that make sense? I hope so. And then come on back to neutral, happy baby, pulling your knees in toward your chest. You can just hang out right here, pulling your knees in toward your armpits, or if it's easy to reach down and grab hold of your feet, you could grab the inside or outside edges of your feet. And we can just play for a moment. You could bend and straighten your legs or find a little bit of a rock. We're playing here. It's kind of fun to bring the soles of your feet together in kind of like a reclined butterfly pose for a minute. If there are any other poses, stretches, or movements that you would like to move through before our final rest, now is your chance. Finishing up last movements here. And then whenever you are ready, let's get set up for a nice comfortable Shavasana. I like a little something extra underneath my knees. Maybe a pillow under your head. Maybe you could dim the lights in your space or whatever else makes you feel cozy. You could be in Shavasana with your arms and legs outstretched, or maybe enjoy constructive rest pose with your feet standing up near the edges of your mat and then your knees resting together at the center. Let your arms determine their positioning today. Even if it seems unusual, just go with it. When you eventually settle in, let's take one more round of our bumblebee breath today. Vibrating out any last, it almost feels like to me it's just kind of like zapping out any like bad thoughts, or I don't know. To me, it's really a good anxiety zapper. I think it's a combination of like the actual vibration and the sound and just this very physical experience of clearing. So let's take at least one more round of this bumblebee breath. Feel free to take more in your own space here if you'd like to. Let's take a big breath in to prepare, and then hum it out. Taking another round or two if you want to. And then just naturally falling into your pace of breath without having to control it anymore. Just allow your body to automatically take over. Closing your eyes if you'd like, or grabbing an eye pillow to place over your eyes if that helps. Relaxing all of those muscles around each of your eyes. Create a little more space between your eyebrows as your tension in the forehead melts away. Notice your jaw unclenching, your jaw softening there. Noticing the upper row of teeth, maybe even gliding your tongue around the upper row of teeth, the back and the front. Massaging your gums a little bit with your tongue. And then doing the same with the bottom row of teeth. And let your tongue rest. Moving to the root of your tongue, the base of your tongue, relax there. Relax your mind. Feeling the back of your neck, the back of your head, whatever part of you is touching your props or the floor. Becoming aware of your right shoulder, right elbow, right wrist. Relax your right hand. And notice each and every fingertip on the right hand. Right wrist, right elbow, right shoulder. Collarbones, left shoulder, left elbow, left wrist. Each and every fingertip on the left hand, relaxing the left hand, left wrist, left elbow, left shoulder. Collarbones, heart center, navel center, right hip, left hip, right knee, left knee, right ankle, left ankle. Each and every toe on both feet. Ankles, knees, hips, navel center, heart center, throat, third eye at the center of your forehead, crown of your head. Notice your connection between you and the floor. Your connection between you and the air and space surrounding your physical body. Soften into the flow of your breath for about 5 more rounds. Take your sweet time, maybe even staying here and extending your rest if you want. When you are ready to begin reawakening, let's do so with just a little gentle wiggle of fingers and toes. Maybe letting your head rock side to side, maybe yawning or swallowing. Continuing some movement. Eventually making your way to the fetal position on either side, slightly tucking your knees in. Take a full round of breath here on your side, pausing for this transition, not rushing to get to the end result. And then use the strength of your arms to press your way up to a comfortable seat. We'll join hands together at heart center. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and be free. And may our own thoughts, words, and actions somehow contribute to that happiness and freedom for all. Together, bringing thumbs up to third eye center. We'll seal in our class together today with a little bow forward now. Thank you.